Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for checking out through this channel, being consistent. Thank you so much. And if you have not subscribed, please try and subscribe, like the video, and comment. And today we'll be talking about my worst dating experience. So it's just literally like I'm here to gist you guys today. So if you're interested in such content, please stay tuned to the end of today's video. So guys, I'm going to tell you my worst dating experience, and I think I'll talk about one. So let's see how it goes. I'll be talking about my worst dating experience, and this was something that happened to me in year 2018. Yes, 2018 stroke. Yes, no, not stroke, no, 2018. The shege actually ended in 2018. So and this was about the time when I went for my service year, and I met this guy where I was working. You know that during your service year most times, sorry, so I needed to focus. So during your service here most times, you are always assigned to a PPA, and fortunately for me, let me not say unfortunately, I was actually posted to a school for my NYSC. So while I was serving there, I met this guy. Before then, I had series of male teachers that were on the case of coppers. They wanted to try their shots and all of that. So there was this guy that I just liked. It's not because I wanted to like fall for the male teachers, but there was this guy that I just liked. The guy is cool, and I think then I was not seeing anyone, so I was not seeing anyone because the person I was seeing, I knew that no, I don't think no, I was not seeing anyone as at then. So I just liked the guy because he was cool, he was kind of matured among all the female teachers in that school. And so that was how I we started dating somehow. So we started dating, we started seeing each other and all of that. Audio, audio, lovey. And then when we got to that town, then those states, my friends were like telling me that they heard that most guys in that on those states they already have children. They might not be married, like they might not even have the lady in their house, but they might be married. So in my own mind, I thought that this guy was different. I thought that he was one of those persons that are different. So I just gave him that chance to shoot his shot. Even though I know that human beings are not to be predictable. It's not like I don't trust him, but I just know that if anything happened, he's going to pay me, but I'll try to manage it. Let me put it that way. I'm going to try to manage it. So that was how I started dating this guy. He took me to his dad, took me to his mom, took me to his siblings, took me to one close mommy close to him. And my dear, worst case scenario, he even took me to know his guys. What do you think? He took me to know his baby mama. And he even introduced his baby mama to me as his neighbor, and introduced his child to me as his neighbor's child. Me now, lover girl, I did not know anything of what he was talking about. So I was just like, okay, no problem now. We continue. And I was even happy that this guy is different. He has showed me to all his family. So nothing bad can happen because I think we are safe and secured. And about probably 6 months or so, I saw him posted this lady on his Instagram saying that congratulations on your graduation. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't understand what is going on because I don't really know anything about. I was just asking, was like, is my neighbor, and that they're just close. And said, oh, and I said, fine, no problem. So there was this place I was actually learning a skill then. I was learning how to make bags then. So while I was there one day, I was learning how to sew bags. So one day I went to the shop, and the indigent that were actually learning bags there, they're like, Copper Blessing, let's see your pictures. Let's just catch fun with your phone. So I released my phone and I gave them my phone, and they saw the pictures I took with this guy, and they started asking me, Copper Blessing, who is this person to you? And I'm like, This person is just my friend because I knew that with the way they expressed they wanted to know, they were anxious to know who that person was to me. I knew that something was up. So I told them that this person is just my friend where I was serving as a teacher. So the lady, sorry, the lady now said that, am I sure? I said yes, very well, that I was sure that this guy is my friend. And so she began to spill the tea that this guy was her sister's. She told me that this guy was her sister's boyfriend before, and that this girl, like this guy, is the best friend. See the story of the best friend of our own sister snatched him away from her by what? Getting pregnant for him. I was like, my head felt so, and I said, are you sure of what you're saying? Because this person I know so well, I don't think he can do. He said, no, he was my sister's boyfriend, and it was the friend that snatched him. The friend snatched him. She got pregnant. They were sleeping with each other, and she got pregnant from him. And that was why my sister left him, because him and my sister, they were so much in love. So after having that conversation with that lady at my place of learning a trade or a skill. So I got home, I called him that I wanted to see him. So he came to my hostel to come and see me. So I told him that I asked him this question: have you ever been a father? And he just laughed. He thought I was joking. He said, what do I mean? That every so he said that every father, yes, that was what he said, every guy is a father because definitely you become a father one day. So it's definitely, so he thought I was joking, and I kept asking him, seriously, have you ever been a father before? So when he saw that I was serious, he didn't want to say anything. He just like looked for a way to say that no, he has never been a father and all of that. But he saw the way I was serious about it, and I really wanted to know. So when I was going to the family house that day, because then I was the sisters coordinator for NCCF family house, so I then told him that okay. So I then received a message on my phone telling me that he was he has been a father to the child, and he should typed the message in detail. So I was able to know that the boy, he told me that it was his neighbor's son, was his son. I've never received such shock in my life before, sincerely. I've never received such shock. So he told me that the son, this person he was saying that is his name is his son, and the lady was saying that is his neighbor was the baby mama. As at then, because they were not married, it was just baby. She gave birth to a son for him. So in my mind, I'm like, when I got, I don't know if I should laugh or cry. The son was his claimed neighbor's son that likes him, and the lady was his claimed neighbor that owns the son. So I didn't even like complain, but I knew that this relationship is going nowhere. That if he could hold up to this for 6 months, that would mean I did not hold up to anything. That means there's a lot more coming. So because we were at the same working place, and because we see every day, I couldn't. But people shall notice that little gap between us. People notice the gap between us. So most times I will try to like adjust and greet him and normal, because I don't want people to start suspecting anything. I didn't want people to suspect anything. So meanwhile, that was a few days to my birthday. So on my birthday, he called all the students to sing for me, and he gave me a gift which I appreciated, and he apologized. I should forgive him and move on. Thank God that he knows the kind of person he has. He knows that blessing cannot continue with this relationship, because there's a way you'll be with someone that you would have communicated some things to the person, probably in form of question. Maybe the person has asked you before that, okay, if you experience this kind of thing, how will you react to it? So he knew that there was nothing. But what I did was that I was like, let me not be quick to decide, as you all say that okay, maybe because he has a child and all of that, that is not the end of the world. So I just decided to like, okay, let me give him time, let's see. But deep down in me, I know that it cannot last, because it's not even because of the fact that he has a child that is my issue. The fact that he didn't tell me, he didn't let me know what I was going into. So I'm not like a fool in between. So Aisha didn't say anything. So after the birthday, we settled and all of that. People begged on his behalf. We shall settled. Then we continued dating, but he knew that there was limit to a lot of things. There was limit, like really, really, there was a lot of limits. I got to know the song. I started playing with him and all of that, but I did not do as if anything happened, even to all those people. So when after the whole thing, then da 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 da, service year is over. By December, service year was over, and it was time for me to go back to where I stay, which is Lagos. So he was like telling me that he knows that after this there was nothing more because of a lot of things that has happened, and I was like, no, there's something more. I was even like telling him, but I know that deep inside of me there was nothing more, because I'm this kind of person that I'm very plain, and I don't like to deceive people. I like to let you know what I'm capable of doing and what I'm not capable of doing. So fast forward to when I left NYC around December. So I came back home and we were still talking. Not until that same December. Okay, I think I came back home maybe November or December. I can't really remember. So when I came home, it was like, so we kept talking and all of that. But now that I'm home, the baby mama has finally getting all the attention she wanted. And before you know, I wished him happy birthday because his birthday was December 17th. So I wished him happy birthday, like normal, someone you're dating, you wish him happy birthday with all the love, everything. And so she saw the message. So she called me. She got my number and called me that if she should kneel down on my case. In fact, that is how foolish I know that ladies can go. Like, that is how desperate. That's that I knew that ladies can be desperate, like very desperate when they want to make sure they get married to someone. So I was like, just like if she kneel down on my case, that and tell God that this, that I should leave her husband alone. I'm distracting him, and I'm like, I was like in my mind, I was like, hey, sorry, oh. So who's the husband that you think, the husband that you, please show me the husband that you think that is indispensable. Like me, I don't see anybody as indispensable. So far you are in this life, you can be indispensable at any time, and there's no issue. Please, let's ignore the noise. In case you hear some background noise, just ignore. So I'm just saying that me, I don't give a shit, because let me not say, like, I don't give a shit about what you have to say. Like, because of a guy, you could go to that extent to call your own fellow lady and be saying that if you should kneel down on my case. As if me too, I cannot kneel down. Me too, I'm God's child now, and I'm not a bastard when it comes to the things of God. Me too, I'm God's child. So if you are kneeling down for my case, I can as well kneel down for your case. But I just looked at it that even the person I will want to fight for is not worth it. Yes, even the person I want to fight for is not worth it. So I cannot go out of that lane because I want to prove a point to someone that does not want it. Yes, I put it, it didn't want it, because if you want it as a guy, you should be able to tell me whatever secret. Like, you should be bold and confident enough to tell me whatever secret it is. And if I know that I don't want to, like, I can't cope, I will generally back out. So it's a simple word. Like, I feel like there's no pressure anywhere. So, but what did he do? He hid it from me. So me self is like me being there self, I already knew. So immediately she ended the call. I just called him and warned him that he should warn his baby mama. She should never ever call me anymore. If she should take her phone and call me again, the outcome will not be okay, because she should not feel that she has people or something. Like, if they talk about people, me, I have people that can, like, if I really don't want her to get married to that guy, I can go all out. But no, the guy is not worth it, because if you're worth it, you should be able to tell me whatever secret or whatever that was beat. That was why I started recording everything that happened, how the mommy did not really wanted me, and how the dad was like, Waro Kotie, you're going to see your husband. So it means that they already taken her in as a wife. So, and that was how we ended the whole
Right.
thing. So it's not like we really cut off and say that we broke up, but he knew that at this point the relationship has come to an end for good, and that was how we the whole thing scattered, and that's how we became normal, cool, someone that we can just chat once. And even at the time the lady was still feeling frustrated, like even when I we chat normal, like not as lovers, she still feels like, oh, something is still going on. And along the line I tend to, in fact at a time I stopped chatting him, I blocked him, I couldn't reach him. It was later on in life, like after like 2 years or so. So I now started chatting with him back. Like not like I started chatting. We now started like maybe chatting was like, how are you, fine, stuff kind of thing. So that was it. That was my worst dating experience. So I want to know what's your worst dating experience? Me. That is, in fact, that is my worst because I received the shocker of my life. Yes, that's my worst. So I want you also to drop your worst. What do you think is your worst dating experience? So I've just shared mine. So you could learn one or two from this, and that's it. See you in my next one. Bye for now.